I'm not sure what your favorite meal is. I have come to believe that in the summer on the wonderful Delmarva Peninsula here in Worcester County, that I am consuming huge amounts of chicken and huge amounts of tomatoes. As a little boy, my grandfather would always say to me, "You eat so many tomatoes, you're going to turn into one." And maybe that's true, maybe it's not true, I don't know. But there's a story told about a man named Lee, and Liddell Lee was a prisoner in the prison system of Arkansas. And you know that as a prisoner is heading towards execution, and he was guilty of the crimes he had committed, they're asked what they might want for their last meal. Maybe they want chicken and tomatoes. I don't know, maybe they want something else. And many prison systems, people will try to help them have that last bit of comfort. Well, Mr. Lee was a little different. Rather than to ask for a specific meal in terms of food to eat, he asked that his last meal be the sacrament of Holy Communion. Holy Communion reminds us of a couple things that I think are important. One, it reminds us that all of who we are and what we are comes out of grace. Comes out of the fact that God chooses to forgive us. One person wrote, "People are worth more than the worst thing they ever do." And Mr. Lee had done some horrible things. And the state of Arkansas determined that this was his punishment. But we're reminded that even though judges and court systems assign punishments, God can choose to be graced and graceful. And that even if we are confined physically, or maybe we're confined by our emotions, or maybe our bodies don't work out. I'm not sure what way we want to say this, but even in the midst of that, grace is available. Forgiveness, new life, new hope can come. When we take Holy Communion as our last meal, it says something about who we are and what we believe. We believe that, yes, the consequences of sin are death, but the free gift of God is grace. The second thing I think it reminds us of is that we have a responsibility to one another. We in the United Methodist Church, more often than not, share Holy Communion, share that sacrament in community. We share it in the sense of a time together. And we share it by looking around the room with one another and saying, this person is my sister, this person is my brother, and that we have a responsibility towards them. When we think of what our last meal is, when we think of the sacrament of Holy Communion, that meal that is offered, we're reminded it all arises out of what Christ, what Jesus has done for us. May you have that sense of grace in your life for yourself and for others this day.